Hey guys, it's Sydney and welcome back to my Flock and Squawk, and today's video is kind of like a vlog-ish Friendsgiving video because we are having some friends over. It's right before Thanksgiving time and our local grocery store is having a deal where it is basically everything you need for a Thanksgiving dinner. So we picked that up. It was $40 for a turkey, a 5-pound bag of potatoes, an 8-inch pumpkin pie, turkey gravy mix, turkey stuffing mix, ripe olives, cranberry sauce, whipped topping, cut green beans, and dinner rolls. So that is basically the menu that we are sticking with. We did get a couple things to have in addition, and we aren't going to be using the gravy packet. So here is, us making a Thanksgiving dinner for our friends. The turkey we thawed and it's currently waiting to be cooked, which is why I am starting the video now, because the turkey is the main thing. It's like 2:30 and it should take a little over 3 hours, around there according to the cooking time chart. So I have prepared it the night before per the instructions of my Better Homes and Gardens new cookbook. This new cookbook is probably from, I think it's 54. But it basically, I followed the instructions last night because it doesn't really give like seasoning instructions, it just gives like how to prepare it and cook it. And according to this chart, based on the size of our bird, it says 3 to 3¼ hours at 450, and it is fully foil wrapped. I used I just mixed up my own seasoning blend based on some other recipes that I read. So there's rosemary, there's garlic, there's onion powder, there's all of those types of things. Rubbed on the bird the night before because a lot of recipes were saying to, season your bird the night before to help kind of have it all. And then per those instructions, I fully wrapped it in tin foil. So I'm going to take it out of the oven where it's kind of been the final, make sure that it's all good and ready. So take that out, preheat the oven to 450, and then it'll bake. The last 30 minutes is when we take the tin foil off to kind of get the color. I've never made turkey, so this is kind of an experience, but yeah, let's just kind of get right started into it and see how it goes. Hopefully we have a nice dinner at the end of it, and gravy can cover mistakes, right? So let's just dive right in. So I just put the turkey in, and like I said, it should be about 3 to 3¼ hours. I set my timer for 2 hours and 50 minutes just to have a little buffer room because it says to remove the foil 15 to 20 minutes, from the top. Remove it 15 to 20 minutes and continue cooking and to check its doneness. So I'm going to just let the turkey hang out. We have quite a bit of time, obviously. The turkey has to go in first. So I will see you when it's time to start prepping the mashed potatoes, because I feel like that'll take the second longest amount of time to boil the potatoes / prep them. So that, and then once the turkey comes out and is resting, we can start on the green beans. Everything else is pretty much very easy and chill because it is the box stuffing. The pie's already made. It's a pre-made pie. And green beans is basically just dump and stir and check. So hopefully this all goes well. And I will see you when it's time for mashed potatoes. Ta-da! So the turkey has about 30-ish minutes left according to the timer. It'll need a little bit longer than that, so I got the mashed potatoes started, which you are either have seen with voiceover or are seeing currently, probably seeing currently as I'm talking. So we're kind of getting that situated because the mashed potatoes can sit and hang out. They'll take a little bit to boil anyway. And I'm going to start on assembling the green bean casserole. And if you don't know, it's basically you just put the green beans with cream of mushroom soup, mix it, and then put a topping. It's normally crispy onions. We decided to do goldfish, so yeah, we're just gonna drain the green beans, and then for our cream of mushroom soup, we actually found the one with roasted garlic, which sounds delightful. We both love garlic. And I got my little dish. So let's just mix this up. Gotta use the can opener for all of this. I don't think I've ever made a green bean casserole myself. Our family doesn't really like green bean casserole. I don't have an issue with it, but it's mostly because my mom isn't a fan that we never like had it on the table at our house.
Yeah.
I've had it like at other people's houses growing up. So it's like I know I like it.
Yeah, it's been a pretty decent mainstay at our house. And part of why we chose to do goldfish just now is because my mom usually makes it with Cheez-Its.
Yeah, and we were looking at our options and we ended up with goldfish. I alternate between if I like goldfish or Cheez-It more, and I'm kind of in a goldfish preference.
I feel like goldfish probably will end up being better for this, just because Cheez-Its are really salty, and goldfish are less salty, and there's salt in the cream of mushroom and all that, so...
Yeah, and I think part of my thing between alternating between Cheez-It and goldfish is that goldfish are a milder cheese flavor.
Yeah.
Whereas Cheez-Its tend to have a little bit more of like a sharper cheddar taste.
Yeah.
It could just be all in my head, but...
No, they definitely do. Yeah, they definitely have like a bolder cheese flavor.
And I think it might be because they tend to be like cooked like they're a little more...
They're like
darker
roasted,
baked. Yeah. There's something about them that just...
Well, I also feel like goldfish are more marketed towards children, so, a little less flavor going on and stuff.
Yeah, and they have a nice texture.
Yeah.
Cheez-Its tend to be a little bit harder, whereas goldfish have that definite airy pop.
Yeah, they're a lot softer, or airier. So.
Yeah, just like minor differences. It's like sometimes you're really craving one over the other. Here's our slop.
I got you milk to
Thank you.
the sides and everything.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready for it.
I think now's a good time. And then I'm just gonna wait to put the goldfish on until right before the oven. We're pretty much just gonna crush them up slightly.
I would say if you want, we can throw a couple in there just to be mixed in.
That's a good idea.
Make a topping too.
Do you think I should just mix in whole goldfish or crush them as well?
Put whole ones in.
Yeah, for
Just
fun.
they'll soak in. Yeah, that's probably pretty good.
So this is probably like a handful-ish.
Half a cup.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I'm just gonna mix them in. Swimming them with the fishes. Yeah, Mom usually just makes green beans that have been sauteed with like bacon. And then maybe like some almond.
Yeah.
Which it's like also good, but if you're wanting like creamy hominess.
Yeah, we're going with more traditional, simple. My mom also usually puts bacon or ham of sorts in it.
Yep, so I'm just gonna cover this for later. No temp that I know of. I'm just figuring we'll just eyeball it.
Yeah, it's condensed can. It's already...
Yeah.
I mean, you can eat it straight from the can.
Yeah, it's not a big issue.
Yeah.
So green bean casserole, turkey's working on, water's getting to be boiled for the potatoes. I guess that just sort of leaves stuffing, which will be stovetop not too long before we eat. So, pretty much wrapping up the general things here. Gravy is going to be made using the drippings from the turkey. Turkey's still in the oven. I'll see you when the turkey comes out.
Do you know what the power symbol is?
the binary code.
Yeah. The 1 and the 0.
And then it got combined to...
Yeah, to make power.
Yeah. Just power. I got
It's
it on
just-
my just sewing machine.
It's just power. People say it stands for Antichrist Devil's Child. Does it? It's just power. You can find it on any electrical appliance. That was the funniest. The
It is
Satanic
super
Panic
funny.
was hilarious.
Okay, so the timer only had like a minute left, so I'm going to pull it out and we can remove the top layer of foil, check the temperature, and kind of gauge how it's cooking. Oh, and we're also going to butter baste it. Okay.
Let me know if you need a hand.
Oh man, it smells good. Oh. Okay, I am going to use this little guy to help.
Smart.
Okay, we don't need that layer. Don't need that layer. It's looking
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Maybe a touch drier up top.
Yeah.
I think it says to like go in this way.
In the dense spot, like in through
Yeah.
the deep part of the breast.
Okay,
and
so
everything.
according to the book, it should be like 190 or 170, somewhere in that range. I'll look.
Currently, it is about 175 and climbing.
Okay.
It's climbing rapidly, so.
Well, that's a good sign. I just need to kind of confer. That's a nice looking bird. Hello, butter.
Bird.
Ah. That makes me really happy that it's doing well. It looks good. You never know when you make something for the first time. And it's notoriously dry to be a turkey. So we are going to butter baste it and put it back in the oven for the 15-ish minutes check and see how it's doing. Because that'll mean that it's nice and golden. And we can always add the tinfoil back on if it's doing too much.
Yeah.
So see you in a minute.
Go ahead and put that in the sink. I'm gonna kind of just pour it.
Yeah. We got a nice big bird.
Why do they call it oven when you out in cold the food, out hot eat the food?
Caked up like John Arbuckle.
How much time's supposed to go? Put it up and stuff. Yeah. This will be it.
Look at it.
Here, let me throw this in there.
Ah, yes.
Then I got the masher right here. Then we can add the milk.
Yeah. Let me get some of that milk.
Before we do the milk, let me go and get the butter melted. You can prep the milk if you want. I just like burying them a little bit, get them soft.
Like a cat in a litter box.
Yeah, you know, or a squirrel.
Squirrels bury their shit.
Well, they bury nuts.
Oh. Out the oven.
Where's the thermometer?
The thermometer is there.
Squirrels bury their shit? No, they bury nuts. Can't see. We're all gonna die.
No. It's hot in there. Oh, that's looking beautiful.
Oh yeah, right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's hotting up.
It's hotting up. Oh, it's looking beautiful.
There's 160.
If it needs longer, I
170.
vote we put the hat back on.
Yeah.
Yeah. A serviceable hat. Because it got nice color.
Yeah.
It's got the drippings, and we got quite a bit of drippings. Connor's making the gravy. Got a little bit of it in the pan, some flour, and add in liquid.
Yeah.
Make sure it's not all lumpy.
Yep.
Mashed potatoes are perfectly ready. Stuffing is going to be after making the gravy. And we're about on time for our friends to arrive at the optimal moment.
Yeah.
And the green beans are in the oven. So perfectly timed.
Mm-hmm.
We just
all
need
coming together.
to slice the jelly and get the rolls ready.
What?
The sound.
Oh, the cranberries?
Yeah, it sounded like Creamu Ralphing.
Do we want to heat it up? Or do you want to just... I know Daryl just does that. Just straight up.
I thought people just were.
A lot of people do just chop it and go it, yeah.
That's what the picture on the can shows.
Yeah. Stuffing.
Yeah. And our friends are here, so don't be surprised if the video abruptly cuts to voiceover or just talking to the camera later.
Yeah. Bye.
And there you have it. The turkey turned out absolutely perfect. Connor's gravy was fantastic and everything was just so lovely. I hope you enjoyed this video, vlog, making dinner with me and Connor. It was a great time hanging out with our friends, and I hope that you get to enjoy your loved ones this holiday season. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being you, and I hope you join me again sometime. Bye!